Hi, welcome to the tutorial on setting up a reverse mortgage calculator on your website. We're really excited about this tool and want to help as many people get it installed as we can. So we've created a support desk that we can help you with for the first month or two. And after that, we'll probably take all of the information that we've learned about installation and write it down in the form of a guide and put it out there and take down the phone number. But for now, feel free to give us a call if after watching this video you have any trouble getting the calculator set up for you. So assuming you've already created your username and password, which I think 13 of you did in the very first day that this tool was live, we're just going to log in, and what we're looking for is the code that we need to embed in the website. Now, I've already created one website that I'm using the calculator on, but let's create a new one so that we can be accurate for the tutorial. The only option here is the domain that we're going to use it on. And this is just to prevent the calculator from running on some third-party website that just decides to copy your code. We want to make sure that once you've got the calculator set up that no one else can sort of borrow your information from your website. So I click on Save, and that authorizes FHA.gov to run this calculator. So now I just need to get the code itself. There are 3 sections of code, as you can see. The first portion is something about the HTML tag. It looks like we're trying to be compliant with the W3C standard. The next part is the style sheet information, and thirdly is the actual HTML that draws the form itself, which you can see down here at the bottom if you want to as well. So let's create a blank page that's going to have all of this in it. So let's make a new text document, and I'm going to call it test.html, and then I'm going to open it with Notepad, just to prove that what we're doing really is that simple and doesn't require any special software or anything like that. So here's my HTML tags, and all I need are my very basic head and body tags. And now I'm going to skip back to my code, or find out what code I need. So here is what needs to be my HTML definition tag. And to explain why this is necessary, in Internet Explorer, the wizards at Microsoft decided to do their own little interpretation of HTML, which causes there to be a weird scrolling issue with the calculator. If this standard is not specified, the calculator will still work perfectly, but it will look slightly off if you put the calculator on a really long web page that requires a lot of scrolling. So putting this tag in here corrects it. But if it screws up anything else on your web page, you can feel free to leave it off because it's not material. Skipping down to the next part, I'm going to copy my CSS stuff to set the style sheets, and that of course belongs in the header tags. And then lastly, the actual code to render the form itself, which goes in my body. So I'm going to save this, and then go over to Internet Explorer and open it. Where is it? Here we go. Now you're seeing a little security alert because this is not running on a web server, it's actually running on my C drive. So I'm going to allow the blocked content. If you ever run this on a web server, you'll see that that alert does not appear because JavaScript can't do anything when it's running on a web server, and that's why there's no alert needed. So here's my calculator. I'm going to run it to make sure that I actually get a response from the server. And voila, I get a response. I wanted to point out one thing. It's noting that the tool is not authorized to be used on this domain. That's because your local computer is, of course, not an authorized domain. But if you run this on a web server, that is the same domain as the one that we specified right back here, FHA.gov, then the calculator will work perfectly. So now what I want to show you is how to modify the style sheets of this calculator so that you can make it look exactly like it's always been a part of your web page. So forgetting about Dreamweaver for a second, I was playing with it earlier, let's go over to our Notepad. And I'm going to try to set the background color of this box, and I'm also going to try to increase the font size of the button to make it stand out a little bit. So let's go background color. I don't even know what this is going to be. Let's set it to something grayish. I think that's gray. And then we'll go down to the calculator button and just make it slightly larger, save my changes, and reload, and success. So absolutely everything about this calculator can be modified. The fonts, the font sizes, the layouts, anything that you need to set. You can make it big, you can make it small, and we hope that it will be seamless as far as fitting into your website. But again, if you have any issues throughout the installation process and you want some expert assistance, we're here at this phone number. Just give us a call, and for the first month or two we'll be able to help you out in person. So thanks a lot, and good luck.